These shorter bands here to work on the glute activation. A lot of times when it comes to back pain, it's a hip issue. When it comes to not knowing how to activate the glutes and the muscles in the hip to stabilize the lower back to prevent back pain. Now, what I do, what I've been working on lately, is allow the hip mobility or hip strengthening as well as mobility, but working on the strength aspect and the stability aspect. So working on the glutes, loosening up my hip flexors, trying to bring my spine back in a line and my hips aligned. But when I do things like squatting, when I do things like the founder position through the foundation training, I talked about that a few times in some videos. But when I'm doing things like the founder, or when I'm doing things like just body weight squatting or the sidestepping lunges, I try to use a band because this allows me to force myself to think about activating my glutes and getting everything super tight, so I'm not just putting all that weight on my lower back, okay? So what that looks like when it comes to basic squats, this is super simple. So when squatting, feet are tracked, hip waist or shoulder width apart here, weights back on my heels, and I'm pushing out. So I'm pushing out and then squatting. Okay, so I'm here, instead of doing this, I'm coming forward this way, I'm taking this band and forcing myself to bring tension here, okay? So here, weights back on my heels, pushing out and back up. Stomach's tight, back's neutral, pushing out and back up. So I'm not collapsing, I'm not letting the bands collapse. I'm going against the bands and firing my glutes, okay? Just a little extra way to add some resistance. Again, this is probably more of the advanced way of training your glutes. If you've got some serious back pain, start small, then come to stuff like this. It's a little bit more intense, okay? Thanks for watching.